Hey, I just wanted to quickly chime in on a topic I was just listening to on an individual's TikTok. They're talking about the World War III has started. I apologize for the noise in the back. It is what it is, impromptu upload. And so they're talking about United States not having the logistics, the military armaments to deal with someone like Russia. They mentioned that Russia has like 6,000 nukes, and that as far as the interceptor missiles, that the United States have, we only have 900, they said. So, from that point of view, we wouldn't have enough interceptors to knock down if Putin was to launch all 6,000 missiles. Blase, blase, whatever. I don't believe that we are facing a nuclear or any conventional method of warfare. I think we're dealing with something else altogether. It does no good for the powers that be or powers that were to nuke the world. It just doesn't do any good. Do you know how long it would take to re-civilize, this proverbial plantation? Banks, money, everything tainted with nuclear, chemicals and what have you. Come on. I don't think so. These people, they have children too. They have great-grandchildren and what have you. They're not going to freaking scorch the whole planet. They fought like hell to establish the controls and the powers that they have. Plus, the people are really none the wiser to everything that's really been happening and what's really going on. Everything that we call ourselves knowing now is new to us, but it is things that they've been using for perhaps 100 years. So this is only new to us. Alien, so-called technology, Area 51. We still don't know what's really going on with any of that. So why? Okay, so the enemy's coming. They did the same thing with the Germans, the Russians, everything. This is all a repeat of history. They're still playing the same war games and all that kind of stuff. And we're just caught up in the middle of it. All we know is what we see on the news and now on TikTok and on, YouTube. That's all we really know. None of us have boots on the ground over there. None of us hear about the private meetings that they are having to discuss the new world order, the new direction. None of us are privy to that information. So everything that we hear, everything we know comes from a third and fourth and fifth and sixth party. And so deception works by introducing a majority truth with just a little speck of lie. And then, you use the news outlets, you use these things, media and what have you, to propagate that fear, to put that fear out so that it travels exponentially. And the story gets bigger and bigger. The story gets bigger and bigger, like telephone. I don't contend that that's what we're facing at all. I think it's a fear factor, false flag, fear factor type of situation. I think we're being bamboozled. We've been fearing a nuclear war for ages. since I was a little kid. Now, I want you to consider something else. Lastly, what is the United States? What are we? How are we established? Aren't we the youngest, second youngest nation, second only to Israel, 1947 Israel? That would be essentially the youngest. And then the United States was what, 1790? 1789, 1790? So, as far back as I can recall, the United States has been a large plantation. You know, it was established on the backs of slaves who worked plantations, who picked cotton and other, cash crop or whatever, shipped it off by the sea merchants and all that kind of stuff, over to, I believe, England, Great Britain, whatever, England, where they would make textiles out of the materials. And then they would ship back the materials that were made back to the United States and all over the world. And so, but this is what the United States is known for. This is what the United States is. They lured all sorts of individual people and nations to the United States. For what reason? To come here, be lured here, and in exchange for citizenship, you would inherit political and civil rights. So that you can come to this quote-unquote great country and write your own ticket, as it were. But as a citizen, you are a subject member of the political community, of the state, I should say. You're a member of the political community and a subject of the state, Caesar. So you agree to work by the sweat of your brow, blood, sweat, and tears. You agree to do that for 70 years or 67 years or whatever the FRN, the full retirement age is, FRA. In exchange for whatever social benefits and retirement and whatever, right? In exchange for that. But you also have a social obligation as well, to follow the statutes, codes, and ordinances, to participate in the political process, voting, etc., etc. So there are many obligations. Pay taxes, work yourself nearly to the grave, and pay taxes your whole entire existence. Be a good servant, a good citizen. But more importantly, do you not know that the United States really does not manufacture things? Or I should say, we're huge on imports, but there's a great deficit because we don't really export. We consume everything from everywhere, especially China, right? But we hardly export anything, and that means there's a deficit, and that's why you have the national debt. More is coming in, and nobody's buying your product. So let me say it again. Let me say it like this. We have a whole lot of crap coming in from other countries, and we're just consuming it up. We're just buying it all up. Well, we're not exporting anything, so we're not making money. Nobody else is buying made in the United States. Nobody's buying it, right? You hardly buy it, right? And we were lured here. More people probably are immigrants or the children of immigrants that are here today. Come from Rome, Italy, or come from France, or come from Switzerland, or whatever. It's all we got. Germany. Your great grandparents or great great grandparents came over on the ship or came from wherever your country, your home country was. So the point is that this place, short of the colonists, the elite, the aristocracy, everybody else came from another country. It started with very few, the founding fathers, right? But everybody else came from another country. And remember, they lured your people here. Why? Because we need some slaves, or we need some people to work our fields, our plantations, to pick pick this product so that we can ship it off and make textiles and things with. Big profits in commerce and trade and shipping. That's what the United States is all about. Now, think about this. What is the United States known for? What is our strong suit? Again, it's not exporting. It's not products that we make and export for sale. No. It's our military. The military industrial complex, I think it's called, is our product. We peddle that everywhere. That is our product, y'all. I know you hear the stories. It's the CIA or it's the United States military that was dumping weapons off for all these different people, the Taliban, Al Qaeda. It's like we were right in the middle. We the arms dealer for the world, funding both sides of the war, as it were. That's our product, y'all. But more importantly, the military. We are the military. Everybody knows about our military. We in every country basically setting up, toppling kingdoms and setting up our own military bases in their countries. Remember Afghanistan and all that kind of stuff? This is what we do. We set up proxy governments. We topple the government and we set up our own proxy governments over there, I think that's common knowledge by now. But again, that's our product. And so we have the drones, the fighter jets and all that type of stuff, right? We create those things and bombers and all that kind of stuff. But I guess the point I'm trying to get to, is that it was always said, ain't nobody gonna mess with the United States because of our military. Why did we focus so much on military might while the rest of the world was participating in things like world wars and all that kind of stuff? We were creating weaponry and doing all this kind of stuff and shipping that out to the different sides of the war. We focused on that. Why? What if we were slick and sly about it, and in order to protect what we have here, remember the colonizers came over, there were indigenous people here, the land is fertile, we have our own oil here, probably gold and everything, I'm hearing, right? Here, this is the place to be. I mean, think in comparison to the Middle East, desert, sand, and all that kind of stuff everywhere. We got bodies of water everywhere. I mean, it's green, it's lush, here. Look at the climate as opposed to going, other places and, arid and dry and, stuff like that. Look at our climates. Okay? But the point is, they said, lure everybody over here, make them servants, plantation workers, put them to work in the factories. Then the industries, the industrialization, age of industrialization came. Now we got factories popping up everywhere, and we're just pumping out all this military stuff. Getting all the other countries gold and getting them hooked on the fiat currency, the petrodollar. Here, give us your gold that has inherent value and worth, and we will give you these pieces of paper, these fiat phony pieces of paper. That's how we were tricking everybody. Boom, 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 tricking the world. At the same time, we're industrializing and creating weaponry for everybody, handing that off. Boom, boom. Over here, we hand it to y'all, and then we go and hand it to your enemy as well. We're funding both sides. Lockheed Martin, weapons and all that kind of stuff. But again, we have that military, though. We made sure we got that military. Why? Enemies, foreign and domestic. Oh, we keep our stuff safe, and it's been that way. That's why you think you don't hear about bombings here in the United States? Why you don't hear about paragliders coming in and shooting up and all that kind of stuff? The only terrorism you may hear of here is what they call homegrown. It'd be somebody that went postal or something like that. You don't hear about, I don't care how many people come across that border. You ain't heard about no serious, like, oh my God, they taking over California. They taking over Texas. Nah, man, because everybody has a gun. Everybody is our military. You know what I mean? It ain't just the ones in the BDUs. Nah, that ain't happening. They purposely have it this way. Because they know that if a foreign military did invade us, we all popping off. They know it. And I dare say that they constructed it this way. Let me tell you how it works. If they strike enough fear into people that their gun rights are in jeopardy, guess what that's going to cause Americans to do? Go out and buy guns and stockpile guns and ammunition. What did you do? When you hear that it's a possibility they're going to change the law and that you ain't going to be, they're attacking your gun rights. Oh God, over my dead body they are. I'm going down to Dunham Sports right now. I'm going to buy me 2 shotguns and 2 handguns. And they can come over my dead body. And in fact, some of them went and got lawn chairs as if there was an actual threat. And they had their long guns over here and they had guns with a beer in this hand and a brick of cheese in this hand. And they sat there and waited for this invading military that ain't even coming. Sleight of hand. See, politics is the study of how to control the mind. They got over on you again. Bamboozled. Got you in fear, just like the toilet paper shortage during the pandemic or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Got everybody up in a tizzy. You had people filling up 2 shopping carts with toilet paper. You had people buying hand sanitizer, gloves. I mean, they raked it in. It was like Black Friday. Because it's a fear tactic that they use and they test it and see if it's going to work. And sure enough, you go for it, hook, line, and sinker. And so this, in closing, lastly, is what I'm talking about? We have the military might. That's what we're known as, the military industrial complex. We have every citizen that is armed and just daring any foreign invaders or military to come our way and pop off. And then we have the fear machine. That is used to get you to do what they need you to do. The fear of the boogeyman. Your gun rights are going to be taken away. That's how they play the game. We got to stop falling for it. We got to stop being tricked. I don't believe that there's any nuclear, they don't want to destroy this thing right here. Everybody loves the United States. Why? Who's consuming? Who's buying up everything? I mean, we will work 60 hours a week and go and blow the whole check. On what? Stuff that's made in other countries. We gotta have the latest tech, the Apple computers. We gotta have the biggest and best and fastest cell phone, the nicest car. This is what we live for. This is, this is the place where you can have it all, baby. You can have anything you want. We'll ship it in for you. Have that checkbook ready. We're gonna ship it right in to you. You can have anything. You think they want to get rid of the United States? All these doggone sheeple? I don't think so. We buying up everything. We consume everything. Whatever those countries are making, we'll take it. Ship it over here. Hurry up. Get it here. We don't even want to wait anymore. They're going to have drones from Amazon dropping it off right at your door. How many purchases are you making? How many purchases is your lady making from Amazon every day? Huh? How many times your doorbell ring? A ghost dropped a box or 2 or 3 on your porch. That's the United States. Ain't nobody else doing it like that. That's us. Don't be fooled. The world needs us to survive. The world needs us to consume. India, as poor as it is, and as many products as they have over there, you can get them made for dirt cheap. Sweatshops and all. They got kids working and everything. Where's all that stuff going to? Who's buying that stuff? We are. We keep the world afloat, baby. Ain't nobody wanting to attack us. We are their greatest consumers. Ain't nobody else doing it. We have it. We're consuming it. Don't believe that bull. It's all bull. It's fear. It's fear. Fear-mongering. To get you to dance. Or I could be wrong. Because they're saying in 2025, 60% of the population will be wiped out. And then what? And then what? And then what? You really think these people are going to live underground for 20 years? These rich, elite people. No sunshine, no nothing. They're just going to live underground. That's what it's going to be. Until all the toxicity is out of the soil, till all the everything fixes. All the water is no longer polluted. I'm talking about oceans everywhere. All of that's polluted by nuclear waste. You really believe these people, these elitists who don't even get their nails dirty? Okay? All right, I think I said enough. 24 minutes and 42 seconds. I appreciate you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next upload. Let me get in here and eat some dinner. Did workout today, day 78. Yeah, stop living in fear. Stop allowing politics to run your mind. You see what I'm saying? Focus, because that's what they don't want you to be, and what they don't want you to do is focus. Focus on the things that are really important, really valuable. Keep your heart, keep your wits about you. There will be false flags. We've already dealt with those. And they can't even keep that story straight. We're finding, the backstories. Everybody's telling on the people that are creating this stuff, these actors and all this kind of stuff. We know that this is old now. So they got to pull something else. Next, it'll be an alien visitation or abduction or blue beam or something to the face. They got to do that. That's part of the game. Let me ask you a question in closing. Are the wealthy elite up in oh my God, it's the end, oh my God. Or are they still hanging out on the beach in Miami somewhere? They still taking vacations, they still doing their thing? Huh? Okay, enough said. Peace to you. Don't forget to go check out our Mandemic Facebook group. We're discussing the child support issue, making moves and making change. Don't forget to go over to there. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this Knowledge Well Media YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up if you appreciate this information, you want to see more. I believe we're starting to go live every Sunday now at about 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, so tune in. All right, we're making moves. We're doing big things and changing lives one at a time. All right, love you all. Thank you for your participation. And we'll see you, if not before, Sunday at 11 a.m. Peace.